I'm honestly a human teether at this point. I'm getting your brekkie. Delilah was fine with all her allergies, but she came up with like a little rash for egg around her face. It never ended up progressing, but I'm a little bit nervous. It's too eggy. I know you'll know how to. I honestly cannot believe that it has been 2 months already since I stopped breastfeeding. My breastfeeding journey from both babies has been honestly a whirlwind to look back on, but I'm so grateful for where I am now, and I wish I could go back and give myself a hug, honestly. Most of you probably know me because I started TikTok when I was first-time mum, struggling so badly in the depths of being forced to breastfeed, and I ended up becoming an exclusively pumping mum. I shared my journey online, and that's how I found you guys on my platform. I resorted to pumping because there was so much push for breastfeeding, and my baby did not want to latch at all. Midwives constantly were forcing me to keep breastfeeding her, so that's how we ended up on that track. Second time around, I told myself I wasn't going to breastfeed, and I ended up breastfeeding anyway because, again, the guilt just never really goes away. And for me personally, I have a really good supply. I think I fit in on the other spectrum and side of things that isn't really spoken about much at all, and I want to speak about it more because I feel like there's probably so many mums out there who are also struggling and going through the same kind of whirlwind of emotions. What we hear and see online is that most people are forced to stop breastfeeding because they literally cannot supply enough for their baby, which makes me feel even worse and feel like it's harder to stop breastfeeding when you can keep going, especially with all the hormones going on in the moment. Stopping breastfeeding as a choice for your mental health rather than your physical ability to continue breastfeeding feels so horrendously guilty, because I know that there's so many mums out there who would literally be dying to have a good milk supply to continue feeding their baby that way. So for me to have that and to choose to stop for my mental health makes me feel so bad. It also doesn't help when you have a baby who absolutely loved the boob second time around and hated every single bottle that we introduced him to. He just hated the taste of every single formula. Now that I'm out of the postpartum rut and hormones though, I'm so glad that I did stop and prioritize my mental health. So grateful that we found Mamamoo, because Mamamoo genuinely saved our life. So if you've also been in the same position where you just mentally cannot take the toll of breastfeeding, you are not alone, and you are not any less of a mum for stopping for your mental health. I love the saying, on a plane they instruct you to fit your oxygen mask on first before fitting or helping others. I think that's a really good saying. If you're struggling here, you're not going to be able to provide. Anyway, rant over, but yes. Hey, look at your hair! Come have a look with Mummy? I went to Kmart yesterday and came across this really good book as well. It's called The Baby Food Bible. It's giving me heaps of like solids introduction inspiration, if you will, but more importantly, toddler inspo, because I am just running so flat on ideas of what to give her. She literally eats Vegemite sandwiches. I feel so responsible for what I'm putting in her body, and she will not let me give her anything other than a Vegemite sandwich. And I know